Right, thank you, Andrew. Good afternoon, everybody. And I'm going to talk very quickly so I can get a lot into my 7 minutes. And I'm going to start by defining a healthy farm of the future. And I'm going to define it in the following way. A healthy farm of the future, it will be a prosperous business. It will be selling high-quality food. That's really important. And it will be providing ecosystem services. So let's compare that to the current situation. We've got some of the best performing farms in the world from a productivity perspective. We've got farms that are doing really exciting, innovative stuff in that environmental space. But if you look at average productivity growth for our farms, that has lagged behind that of other countries. We have a very bureaucratic regulatory system under the CAP. All of you will know that and have suffered from it. We get very little in terms of environmental returns and outcomes for the large amount of money that we pay under CAP. So that's the challenge, to get from here to there, where farms are prosperous businesses, providing that high quality food and providing ecosystem services. So just, I'm going to whiz through what's the set of reforms that we are going to push forward. As you heard from the Secretary of State this morning, we're going to kick off in 2021. But what is it that we are going to do to support the industry to transform and embrace the opportunity as we come out of the EU? So one of the big focuses for us is productivity. And supporting the industry to boost productivity, we'll do that through farmer-led R&D. We will do it through grants for investments with high returns, ideally for the environment and for the bottom line. You heard about this morning, there is an approach that the Food and Drink Sector Council has proposed to us. It's a data-driven approach around KPIs, benchmarking, evidence of what works and linking all of those up. So we're working closely with the FDSC working group on that one. And then we are going to put additional money into resilience, which is helping those farmers who are harder to reach and more vulnerable. So a big piece on productivity. Then I think we heard a lot from the Secretary of State, public money for public goods. So we will be investing over time, we'll be reallocating money away from direct payments and into this public money for public goods. It's the Environmental Land Management Scheme. It will buy a set of outcomes from air quality improvements to water quality improvements, to carbon emissions reductions and carbon sequestration, to biodiversity and other outcomes. We have made a lot of progress actually going beyond that strapline public money for public goods, that set of outcomes, into designing the scheme that will work at the farm level. It will be working at the group of farms level, and it will work at landscape scale as well. And it will pay for a whole range of things, from sustainable farming through to land conversion into, for example, wildflower meadows or planting of new woods and forests. So that is the Environmental Land Management Scheme. We'll also have schemes that support and promote innovative approaches to animal welfare. So that's very much part of our thinking. We prize our high standards here, and we want to support and boost those high standards. And then we'll also be looking at industry action plans to boost animal health, and in particular to eradicate endemic disease. So we've got really good industry working, for example, in this space with the Livestock Information Programme, and we'll look to build on that for those industry action plans. So that's the set of reforms there. We've talked about trade this morning. I think you've got a clear message. I saw there was a bit of skepticism, which reflects the difficult challenge that we have in protecting our standards, but certainly we are a very strong voice, and we will be pushing very hard that we have to protect our standards, and the government is actually committed to that through the Conservative Manifesto. And the last part of the jigsaw is labour. We know that farms need labour. We have a lot of EU nationals, and in that respect, the announcement by the Chancellor on scaling up the seasonal workers scheme this year to 10,000 with a view to going further in future is very welcome. So I'll stop there, I'll summarise, and I will just leave you with this message. A farm of the future, again, is one that is both providing high quality food and providing ecosystem services. We've got a great opportunity to transform the industry towards that from where we are. We want to work with you on that, so we are going to enter a period of deep engagement. We're going to put out our policy proposals, our proposals for the environmental land management system in the next weeks, and then we'll have a set of regional events up and down the country because we want to co-create and co-design these things with you. So let's work together and let's make this healthy farm of the future a reality.